Hello and welcome. Now that you've been through the process of setting up pages as well as a funnel, it's now time to make more complex connections with third-party processors. First, we're going to look at some considerations when you're going to be putting together a membership when you combine this with those third-party processors. We're also going to take a look at the fulfillment email and some things that you can do inside of that email to help the process. And although we've looked at integration of your email processing, we want to take a look at a few more options to help you to build your list. And we want to make sure to look in detail in setting up the process for 3 of your payment processors: JVZoo, Warrior Plus, and PayPal. And because ClickFunnels offers integration with Zapier, we want to take a look at the capability that you have with Zapier. And since we have a WordPress API, we want to take a look at some of the considerations you want to have when you're going to use WordPress and ClickFunnels together. And even if you don't use any of the third-party services that we've mentioned here in this video, you'll be able to apply the lessons learned to those that you do use. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the first video. Welcome back. You were looking at a download page created inside of a funnel. And you'll notice that this page is in an incognito browser, and this page is open for anyone to be able to come to it and download the product. There is no real protection over the product other than someone not knowing the exact domain. Now, ClickFunnels does offer ways for you to secure your content. For example, if you choose sell your content when you're building a funnel, you can either choose a sales funnel, a product launch, or you can choose a membership. And in that case, if you choose the membership, individuals will have to register or sign up, and then they'll be sent to some kind of membership area where they can download their content. And then their area will be password protected. And this is in contrast to the order page that we created earlier, sending people to a thank you page and a download page. Now, this is going to be important when you use networks like JVZoo and Warrior Plus, where you're leveraging your existing network of affiliates in order to promote your product, yet you want to deliver it inside of your ClickFunnels system. What you don't want is to have a page that's made easy to be shared by some of your clients, which would minimize the amount of commission that your affiliates would be able to earn. So in the next series of videos, we're going to take a look at the membership function in ClickFunnels and how you'll choose to administer the case when you're going to be giving your users a username and password to access your content. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, it could be when you start to create your product that you want all of your products to be password protected, and you're going to want to use the membership function inside of ClickFunnels. When you do that, you're going to get a register and sign up area, and you're going to get a membership area. And one of the things that you want to think about at the beginning is that every time you create a product and you have that person going to get access to that product, they're going to get a separate login and password and member area. And so to avoid that from the very beginning, you want to set your funnel up so that all of your products are going to be in one membership area, and then your users will only have one login and password, yet they'll have access to multiple products. And this is what a sample page will look like, and it uses the cookies in your browser to recognize your user. And you can run into problems if you have multiple pages like this that your users have to operate in order to access all of their content. And so as you're designing your pages, you'll be restricting access to individuals that purchase certain products inside of your members area. We will demonstrate all of this in separate videos that show you how to set up your products with separate member access panels, but yet have one login to your ClickFunnels system. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now we are setting up products for us to sell on affiliate networks and third-party platforms. And when we do that, we're going to want to protect the pages. When we do that, we're going to go inside and take a look, and you'll notice that there are going to be 2 primary steps. There's going to be a membership access step, and there's going to be a membership area step. In this video, we're going to talk about the membership access step, and we're going to click Edit Page. Now, either one of two things are going to happen. Either your member is going to create their login and password because you're going to give them access to this page, which will be hidden, or your system will give them access automatically and they'll have a username and password. So you want to design this area. If you're going to use logos and all of those other features, you can do that here. We're choosing to delete that content out. If you want to place a video on this page showing them how to get started, you can do that. And all you need to do is you'll need to add a new section. You'll add in a medium width section. You can add a new row. You can have one column. When you do that, you can add a new element. That new element is going to be your video. And of course, you can customize this video so that it does not have to autoplay, and you can have it to do whatever you want it to do on this page. And once you've completed everything that you're going to add to your membership access page, you're then going to click Save. Once you've saved, you can then exit out of the editor. And you're now ready to begin using your membership access page. Now, in the next video, we're going to cover the membership area page, where we'll be placing multiple products going forward in our business. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the next step in the funnel, which is your membership area section. And you're going to notice an entirely different interface that you're going to be working with. You're going to notice a login URL and a secret sign up URL. And we'll get to what all of this means in future videos. Now, you're first going to see your lesson section. And in our case, each section is going to be a separate product. And to note this, we are going to be restricting access to each one of these sessions. Your client is going to have access to the page with all of the sections in it and all of the products on it. However, they'll only be able to access those that they have actually purchased. So what we're going to do is we're going to now create a separate product section. And to do that, we're now going to click in where it says first section. And we're going to edit this first section, and we're going to call this our product name. Now, we could assign different products to this section. However, we're going to create different products for this section. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to update this lesson section, and we're going to make this our first product. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in different levels to the product. So we already have lesson 1, and to edit that lesson, we're going to go inside of this editor, and we're going to edit the content. Now, in this case, we can assume that we're going to have one download. So we're going to take out this other content. We're then going to edit our content here. And we're going to now create the download link here. Now, we're choosing not to use an image in our download area. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this area out. We're going to place our download here. And we're going to do that by putting our URL in this section. Once we've completed it, we'll then click Save. And then we'll close. So now our first product and our first section in that product is now completed. We can now take a look and we can preview it. And we can do that by going to this funnel URL. And you'll see here, there's the content that we placed there, and here's our download. We do want to go back and edit out this content. So we go back to our editor. And what we're going to do when we get back here now is we're going to edit out this content. And we're just going to delete this entire section. And we're going to click Save. And we're going to click Close. And what we're going to do now is we're going to preview our content again. And then here is our content for lesson 1. We're now going to add in a lesson, and we're going to choose the section, and we're going to give this a name. We're going to give this a specific page template, and then we're going to click Create Lesson. And what we have now is we have now a first lesson. And actually now to change this title, we're going to click inside of this area. And now what we want to do is we want to make this title similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Edit Lesson. And we're going to call this now first lesson, and we're going to call this Coffee Book. And we're going to preview our section again. So now we have Coffee Manual Bronze, and we have our book and our template. We can now edit the template page, and we can give it the look that we want or just make it suitable for the content we're going to have downloaded. So now that you've seen the membership area step, we will now begin to work with the membership content pages if we're going to have multiple products on one page or in one membership area. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to work with multiple products as well as the design of your page. Now if we go back to the page preview and we worked with this page, you remember that we currently have one product with 2 sections. And we also have this area at the top. And what we want to be able to do is customize this area. And we can do that by going to this Edit Membership Design. We open up this in the editor. We're going to find some familiar features. We are then going to be able to use this interface to customize our member area. So for example, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the logo. If we don't want to have a logo, we can take this logo out. We can take out the entire header if we want. In this case, we're going to take out the logo. If we don't really have a dashboard, we can take out this area. And what we can do is we can click this settings button. And what we can do then is we can then take out the dashboard. And then we'll click Save. If you want to leave your areas for support and log out, or if you want to add in links, you can do that here in this area. Once you've completed that, you'll then click Save. And once we've saved, we can click back inside of this area to bring us back to our template. And we can alter this template in any way that we feel it's going to make the most sense to our client. And there are several ways to which to approach any of the elements. For example, while we can alter individual things inside of these menus, we can also, in some cases, delete the entire thing, or even change its justification. Or we can delete the entire thing altogether, as we did here, and as we delete this section. If we don't want the changes to take place, we can just exit before we save. Of course, that'll bring us back outside of the editor, but if we go back inside of the editor, then we'll see all of those same things right back where they were. Now you can analyze the look of your site by looking by sections. For example, we can see the header here. We can see our members area. We can analyze by rows. And we can look at our left sidebar row and our one column row. We can analyze by columns. And we can also analyze by elements. And you'll see the elements being highlighted as we go down each element. So once you've customized the basic template the way you want it to be, you can then click Save, and you can then click Exit. So now what if we wanted to add in 2 more products to the same page, except we only wanted people who paid up for those additional products to have access. So we're going to start that process by creating a new section, and we're going to add in a new lesson section. And we're going to call this Coffee Manual Silver, and we're going to add in a lesson section. And we're going to add that lesson section to the Silver section, and we're going to give that section a name. We're going to choose a template. I'm going to create the lesson. We can create another section, will be a different product. This time we can call this one Coffee Manual Gold. And we can do the same thing, and we can create a new lesson. Now we now have 3 basic products inside of this area. Now that we have these 3 products, we are now ready to start working with some of the other platforms such as JVZoo, Warrior Plus, and even PayPal. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at creating a purchased email and then creating a template that we're going to use in all of our products. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now, one aspect of your product creation process will be that you are going to be creating emails that will be transactional emails every time your client buys a product. So if you go inside of one of your member areas, what you're going to do is click Add Product. And currently, there is no template that you can use for this. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to go into your fulfillment email, and you'll want to write down some kind of pattern that you'll want to use every time, and you'll want to save it and bring it every time you intend to write a fulfillment email. There's also only one token that you can use, and that is the product thank you page. So in this case, we're going to write in a template email, and we're going to save that template email to our hard drive. So once you have this template, you'll want to copy it, and then you'll want to save it to a notepad file that you keep on your hard drive, and you'll want to use it whenever you have an email that you'll want to write for your fulfillment. So you'll want to save this now. Now we are not quite at the point yet where we're going to be creating a product, but we can save this email and save it as part of a product that we are going to have. So once you have your template, you can then click Save and Update Settings. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, in order to grant free access to individuals to your member area and products within that members area, you're going to need to go through 2 steps. And the first of those steps is to use this secret sign up URL. So you're going to grab this URL, you're going to copy it, and then you're going to pass this on to the individual that you want to give access to. That person will then need to create their own account. And they can do that here in this area. So once they have that, then they'll click Create Your Account. Now when they get to the lesson page, you'll notice that there are no lessons and then there is no content. That's because they have not yet purchased any content. We haven't given them access to any. What we'll need to do now is we'll need to go and edit their profile. We can do that by going to the Contacts area. And what we're going to do is we're going to click Edit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click Purchases. Then we're going to click Add Purchase for product access. And then we're going to give them access to the product. And we can select from the drop-down menu. In this case, we're going to give them access to the Coffee Manual Bronze. And we're then going to click Save. Now if we check their purchases, they now have access to Coffee Manual Bronze. We can add in product access for another product. We'll use the drop-down menu. We'll give them access to another one. We'll click Save. We'll go back to the Purchases area. And they now have access to 2 products. So now that individual can refresh their page or log back in. And now this individual is without the content, so we're going to have them log out. We're going to close down the browser and open a new browser. We're now going to have that individual log back in. We're going to click Login. And now they have access to the 2 free products that we have given them. And that is how you give free access to individuals inside of your membership. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Since you're going to be taking advantage of the network of affiliates that you have on the affiliate platform, you will not be selling on the ClickFunnels system, and as a result, you won't be collecting leads there. However, you do have some options, and we're going to show you those in this video. So assuming you're selling on a system like the Warrior Plus system, what you will do inside of your product creation screen is that you will make sure that your list is set to single opt-in, and that means that you'll need to call your autoresponder company and tell them that you're going to be using an API. When you do that, you're going to click New Connection, and then you're going to select the service that you're going to connect to. If you have a GetResponse or a MailChimp connection, or you decide to use one of the other systems that Warrior Plus connects to, you will then be able to set up your after-sale autoresponder. The individual will then be added to your email marketing list as soon as they make the purchase. And you'll be able to select the individual list that they'll be part of, and you will save that to the product that you are selling. You're now looking at JVZoo, and the same thing exists in JVZoo. You can use autoresponders that they have, that they integrate with, and you can have that person added to your after-sale autoresponder as soon as they make the purchase. Now again, you're going to have to call your autoresponder company and tell them that you are going to be using an API and that you'd like to have the double opt-in confirmation turned off. Without doing that, the buyer is going to get a confirmation, and it is unlikely that they will finish the process. And although there are some definite limiting factors, you can do the same thing with PayPal. And we'll go over that in the PayPal set of videos, because there are some considerations you want to take before you decide to use PayPal to collect leads on the purchase. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, the other way to collect leads is a little more conservative. However, you will take advantage of some ClickFunnels options in order to do it. You're going to start by adding a new step. You're going to write that new step in, and we're going to call that step free bonus. We're going to create the funnel step. We get to that funnel step, what we're going to do is we're going to use the opt-in pages, and we're going to select an opt-in page for a bonus. And once we do that, we'll then set that bonus up. We're going to edit our page. We edit the page. What we're going to do is we're going to set up our integration. We're going to select the autoresponder we're going to use. We're going to select the action, and then we're going to select the specific list that we want to use. Will then be connected when the individual puts in their name and email address. We'll be prompted to make some changes to our SEO. And we've now saved those changes. And of course, we'll edit the text here for whatever it is that we're actually going to be giving away. But basically, all we're really doing is we're putting an opt-in form together inside of ClickFunnels. This page obviously then has an address. What we're going to do is we're going to copy that address. Then we're going to go back to our membership area. And we're going to place this link prominently in our design. So first we're going to go into our edit membership design. And then we're going to place this link in the header. So in this case, we're going to click inside of the header. We're going to write in some copy. And we're going to put the URL inside. We're then going to click Save. And then we're going to exit this area. But first, we're going to find another location that we can put this link. What we're going to do next is we're going to place this link another place on the page so that people can get access to it. And we can do that here in this area. What we can do is we can place in some text, add that text to the page. We can then write in our box here. Then we're going to highlight all of this information. We're going to hyperlink to it. And then we're going to put our link in there. We're then going to click Save. And we'll save again. And now we have more places for people to click the link and to get access to our templates. And when the individual sees the page, they're either going to click on one of the links. When they do, they'll be taken to the opt-in page where we'll have our double opt-in set up. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to start the process of preparing to launch our product on JVZoo. And the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go into our account. And we're going to then need to go and click this first link that says My Account. Now in the vendor information section, you should have a JVZ IPN key. If you don't have one, you'll need to create one, and you can do that by editing this field and creating your secret key or clicking the link directly. Once you have your JVZ IPN secret key, you're going to copy it. Now for the purposes of this video, this one in front of our screen has been grayed out. What we're going to do then is we're going to go into our ClickFunnels profile, and then we're going to click Payment Gateways. And then we're going to add a new payment gateway. We're going to click JVZoo. And then we're going to paste in our IPN secret key in this space and then click Create JVZoo Account. Once you've done that, your JVZoo account is fully integrated into your ClickFunnels account. Then what you'll need to do is you'll need to click Add a Product. And then you'll need to go through the JVZoo product creation process. You'll need to fill in all of the information all the way down. And you'll need to complete the process until you have an ID for your product. We'll then need to come into our members area. We'll need to click the settings button. When we do that, we're going to scroll all the way down. And we're going to click Add Product in this third-party membership access. We're then going to create the product that will match our JVZoo setup. Once we do that, we're then going to select the billing integration, and it's going to be JVZoo. And then we're going to set our price. Now this price is going to be internal to ClickFunnels, and it's going to be for statistical purposes only. This will not determine what your buyer actually pays. That will be determined on the JVZoo side. You're then asked for a third-party cart integration. What you're going to need to place here is your product ID from JVZoo. So we're going to get that product ID from our JVZoo page. We're going to grab that ID from this page. We're going to copy it, and then we're going to move back to ClickFunnels. And we're going to place the product ID in the cart product. And then you're going to see a webhook URL. Now this webhook URL is going to look like it's grayed out, but actually it isn't. You're going to take this cursor and you're going to slide it over the webhook. And again, it'll look like it's not quite going to work because you'll see the red and white ball there, but it actually does. You're going to right click it and copy it. You're then going to click the Create Product button. You're then going to click Save and Update. And then you're going to head back to JVZoo. You're now going to edit this product. And you're going to come all the way down to Advanced Settings. You're going to click Add an External Program Integration. You're going to paste in your ClickFunnels webhook. And then you're going to click Save. Okay, so we have now completed the first part of the JVZoo connection process, and we will pick this up in a second video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back inside of our product inside of ClickFunnels. We're going to click the settings, and then we're going to scroll all the way down to our product, and then we're going to edit the product. What we're going to do now is we're going to click fulfillment email, and then we're going to grab all of the copy that we put together in our notepad file, and we're just going to copy all of this information, and then we're going to place it inside of this box. And then we're going to scroll down, and what we're going to do is we're going to determine the thank you page. Now in this case, we want to match the product that we're actually selling. And in this case, we are selling the access to the membership area. So what this does is this means that the person who buys this product is going to need to use their login and password. Now, if they're already a member of that site, they won't need to get a new one. However, if they aren't, they're going to get a login and password that will allow them access to the site. What we're going to do now is we're going to click Update Product. And we're going to click Save and Update Settings. Now what we're going to do is we're going to now go to our membership area, and we're going to take a look at Coffee Manual Bronze, and we're going to restrict access, and we're going to restrict access to specific product. What we're saying when we do this is that only those who have purchased the product at this point through JVZoo are going to have access to this section. We're now going to click Update Lesson section. And now Coffee Manual Browse is restricting access to only those who have purchased through our JVZoo buy button. Now one thing that we may want to do is we may want to collect leads. And in order to do that, we're going to click this settings button. And then we're going to go back inside of our product. We're going to edit that product. And then we're going to use email integration. And we're going to integrate from this point. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a list inside of our MailChimp account. We're going to have the person added to the list. We're then going to have the list placed here. And then we're not going to have this person sent a confirmation. Now again, we're probably going to need to alert our autoresponder company that we are using an API. Now some autoresponder companies don't need a telephone call. However, both GetResponse and Aweber do. So make sure to check with your autoresponder company. Once you have that information in, you'll then click Update Product. And then you'll click Save and Update Settings. Now right at this moment, you can sell this product from any page. It doesn't have to be from a ClickFunnels page. The only thing it really needs is going to be your JVZoo product buy button. So as a result, we can create a sales page inside of ClickFunnels, and we can then have our JVZoo buy button added. So to do that, we're going to click Add New. We're then going to click Classic Funnel Builder. We're then going to click Sell Your Product. We're then going to click Sales Funnel. I'm going to give this product a name, and we'll then click Build Funnel. Now because this process is being managed by JVZoo, we're not going to need the squeeze page. We are not going to need the order form. We're not going to need the confirmation. What we can keep is the thank you page, and for right now, we're going to leave this step in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to select our sales page template. And what we're going to do now is we're going to edit our page. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have one buy button for JVZoo. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of the other content. And we're going to add in an element. We're going to add in a new section, and we're going to make it a medium-sized section. We're going to add in a new row, and then we're going to add in a new element. Now in this case, we're going to add in an element that allows us to put in HTML code, and we can select that box here. And now our custom JavaScript is now in this area. And we can now click Save Page. So what we need now is we need the buy button code from JVZoo in order to add to our page. So we'll need to head back to JVZoo. And when we come back to the page, we'll need to grab the buy buttons. And then what we'll need to do is we'll need to grab the code. So in this case, we'll take all of this code, copy it, then we'll head back to ClickFunnels. We'll then click inside of our box for the settings. We'll then open the code editor, and then we'll place our custom code. We'll then save our box, and when we preview the page, we'll see that our buy button is there for someone to purchase. Now we'll need to center that button. And if you know a little HTML code, all you'll need to do is to center this code. Then you will save it again. You'll save again. And then we'll need to just make sure that the code is now centered. And we see that it is. And our JVZoo process is now complete and now ready for someone to make a purchase. When they purchase, they'll then be given access through JVZoo, and then our email will be sent to them automatically, giving them access to our member area. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. We are now going to work through the process of setting up Warrior Plus to work with ClickFunnels. And the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to go to Warrior Plus to get an API key. Now when you log into Warrior Plus, you're going to go inside of your account settings. You're then going to scroll down and you're going to click API key. You'll then, if you don't have one, you'll need to create a Warrior Plus API key. You'll copy that key. You'll head back to ClickFunnels, and then you'll go to the Payment Gateways tab. You'll then click Add a new payment gateway. You'll then click Warrior Plus. You'll then add in your Warrior Plus API key, and you'll also need a Warrior Plus security key. That security key is found right underneath the API key. Once you've placed both numbers and you click Create Account, you'll then have a connection to Warrior Plus. Now to set up a product with ClickFunnels and Warrior Plus, you'd go through the entire product creation process in Warrior Plus, and you'd be looking for the product code. We see that product code right here at the top. We're going to copy that product code, and we're going to head back to ClickFunnels. And we're going to head back to the same place where we created the JVZoo product. We're going to go to the Settings button. We're then going to scroll all the way down to the third-party membership access, and we're going to add a product. Now this time, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a bronze level product, except we're going to be working this time with Warrior Plus. The billing integration this time will be Warrior Plus. We're going to write in our price. And once again, this is for statistical purposes. This will not be what your buyer will pay. Your buyer will pay the $17 through Warrior Plus. And we're going to place our cart product inside of this area. And what we're going to do then, just as we did with JVZoo, we're going to copy this entire webhook. And then we're going to create the product so that we can save it inside of ClickFunnels. Now what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Warrior Plus. And we're going to scroll down in our product creation section. I'm going to come to the custom integration. And we're going to place the webhook URL in the notification URL. And we're going to keep this IPN, delivery URL, unchecked. So once we've done that, we'll then click Save for our product. We're then going to come back to ClickFunnels, and we're going to edit the product that is our Coffee Manual Bronze. And what we're going to do is we're going to click our fulfillment email. Then we're going to copy and paste the information that we put together in our Notepad file. What we would then do is we would send the people to our membership area. And then we would click Update Product. So we have now finished the first part of our update, and we will come back and pick it up in another video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Now that we have created our product, what we want to do is we want to make sure that when the product is delivered, it's only delivered to the people that actually purchase through Warrior Plus. When we come back to our member area, what we need to do now is we need to restrict access so that the only individuals that are going to see Coffee Manual Bronze are those that have purchased both through our JVZoo and or our Warrior Plus link. We can do that by clicking Restrict Access, and we already have Coffee Manual Bronze highlighted. We now want to hit the Control button, and then we want to click on the Warrior Plus button also. So now there are going to be two different kind of payment processors that can give access to this product, JVZoo and Warrior Plus. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to update the lesson section. And so what we've done is we've made this possible for those that are purchasing through JVZoo and now on Warrior Plus also. But what we need now is that we need the very same sales page, except now we need to put a Warrior Plus button on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of the editing screen of our sales page. And once we're inside of the funnel, we're then going to click Settings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click Clone Funnel. Once that process is complete, we're going to click View Funnel. And we're then going to rename this funnel. And we're going to give it a name that's identifying. We're then going to click Save and Update. Then we're going to edit our page. We're going to come down to the place where we have our custom code. We're going to open the code editor, and we now have JVZoo code. Now what we need to do is we need to go and get Warrior Plus button code. Now we're going to make that code transparent. We're going to then grab all of the code here in Warrior Plus. We're going to close that up, and now we're going to head back to ClickFunnels, and we're going to paste over the JVZoo code. We're then going to click Save, and we're going to save again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click Preview so that we can see our code, and our code is now present. This means now that someone can purchase from us on Warrior Plus, and they can get access to the product through our ClickFunnels system. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, it's quite possible that you may not want to use an affiliate network to sell your product, but you want to use PayPal instead, and you can do that in ClickFunnels. And what you'll need to do is you'll come back to the members area, and this time we're going to go to the settings button. We're going to come all the way down to the third party, and we're going to click Add Product. And we're going to make the billing integration PayPal, and we're going to place in our amount. Now what we're going to need is going to be the product ID, And we're going to need to do something with this webhook URL. So for right now, we're going to copy this webhook URL and we're going to head to our PayPal account. We're going to now use our PayPal buttons, and to do that, we're going to scroll all the way down here and we're going to click PayPal buttons. We're going to click Buy Now. We're going to give the product a name and an ID. Once we've given an ID, we'll give it a price. We'll then skip through step 2 on to step 3. And we're going to turn off customer quantities. We're going to turn off the customer special instructions. We're going to turn off requesting the customer shipping address. Now these two URLs we are going to want to put here, but we have not created these pages yet. So for now, we're going to save our button without them, and we're going to come back and fill them in. Now when we place this advanced variable, you're going to notice that the string is going to be notify URL equal, and then we're going to paste our webhook URL. So again, that's notify underscore URL equal, and then we're going to paste in our webhook URL. We're then going to click Save Changes. That will then give us a PayPal URL. We're going to copy that URL and we're going to place it inside of a notepad file, and we're going to save it to be used very soon. What we need to do with our product now is we need to put in the ID that we created, and we created CMB001 as the ID, and we're going to click Create Product. Before we do that, of course, we're going to write our fulfillment email. We're going to get the information that we cut and paste from our notepad file, and we're going to copy and paste that information in this area. We're now going to save access to our membership area. So we're going to make sure to click our membership area. And before we save our product, we're going to go through the email integration. We're going to save this to one of our lists inside of either GetResponse or MailChimp in this case, but whatever autoresponders you use, those are the ones that you will set up your integration for. You'll add to a specific campaign, and then you'll click Create Product. And we now have another product. So we will stop the process here and we'll pick it up in another video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in that next video. Now, since we're selling the same product, but we're selling it with a different payment processor, we're going to clone the page again. So we're going to go inside of our Coffee Manual Bronze JVZoo page. We're going to go inside of our settings. We're then going to click Clone Funnel. We're going to give this an identifying name, and then we're going to click Save. And we're now going to edit our page. And we're going to scroll down. Currently, we have custom JavaScript HTML. However, we can put a buy button in here. We can then add in a new button. We can get rid of the JavaScript code. We can change the text. We can then set the action for the button. We can send to a website URL. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our PayPal code button. We're going to copy and paste it and place it in this box. We're then going to click Save, and we're going to save again. And our preview now has our Buy Now button, which is going to be designated to go to our PayPal link. We can now exit out of this product, and we are now back inside of our page. So we're now going to head back to our membership site. We're going to click inside of the membership. We're going to go to the membership area. We're now going to restrict access for Coffee Manual Bronze, except now we're going to include another product. we're now going to include our third way of paying for the product through PayPal. And we're going to click Update. So what we've now done is we've now made it so that the only way that you can get access to this product is if you buy through one of the three sales pages: PayPal, JVZoo, or Warrior Plus. Now there is something to think about here. We still need to place a URL inside of the PayPal link, and we can choose to put in our secret sign-up URL. What this means is that as soon as they pay, they're going to be taken directly to create their own account. And this can be advantageous because you don't want anyone to wait for their product when they're getting it through PayPal. Now, it could be that your SMTP is going to work perfectly. In some cases, though, they don't. And so this is a good practice when you're using PayPal to take this secret sign-up URL, to copy it, and then move this back inside of PayPal. And we can edit this button in step 3. And now when an individual finishes the checkout, we can now send them to our URL where they can then create their own account to get access to the product. And all we'll need to do then is click Save Changes. Now the advantage of doing and creating our members area in this way is that we can continue to add products inside of this members area, and then the individuals that get access, they'll only need one login and password to all of our future products as they go forward. And when they enter their members area, they'll only see the products that they purchased from you. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You are now looking at the inside of Zapier. And Zapier is a web application that connects two cloud-based applications which typically do not integrate. And ClickFunnels is one of the applications that connects to Zapier. So we can look at ClickFunnels integrations by clicking on ClickFunnels, and then we can explore some of the connections. Now the application that's most popular is going to be using MailChimp, and you're going to be able to add MailChimp subscribers anytime you have new activity with ClickFunnels contacts. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Use this Zap. So Zapier will describe what this integration actually does. We're then going to click Create this Zap. We're going to connect our ClickFunnels account. We're going to authorize Zapier to use ClickFunnels. And then our ClickFunnels account is then connected to Zapier. We're then going to click Save and Continue. We can then use advanced options. And what we can do is we can determine which funnel we're going to watch with Zapier. So we're going to use our membership funnel, and we're now going to click Continue. We're then going to test the connection by clicking Fetch and Continue. Once our test is successful, we'll then click Continue. We can then choose the list that we want to add to. Once we've added in our MailChimp account, we'll then click Save and Continue. We'll then choose the list that we want to add to. We'll then click Continue. We'll then send the test to MailChimp. And then our Zap is then ready to be turned on. So anytime we have changes inside of our membership funnel with contacts, those contacts will be reflected in our list in MailChimp. And that is how you set up an integration between ClickFunnels and any other application that is connected through Zapier. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now it's important to note that if you are going to import contacts into ClickFunnels, you are going to need the Actionetics version. So in other words, you'll need to make sure that you're paying at the $297 level in order to import contacts into an existing list. The $97 level will allow you to export contacts, and that is what we are going to do in this video. So we're going to go to our funnel, and we're going to go to the area where we have contacts. And the process is fairly straightforward. All you'll need to do is to click this Download Contacts link. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to wait for your order to be processed. Once it's ready, then you'll have this download button. The download is then usable in the CSV format, which you can then use to upload to other autoresponders or other web-based services. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. You are now looking at the inside of a WordPress website or blog, and what we're going to do is we're going to integrate our ClickFunnels account into our WordPress site. In order to do that, we're going to go to this plugins area. We're then going to click Add New. When we get to this screen, we're going to write in ClickFunnels. And when we find it, you'll see it here. It's by Edison. You're then going to click Install Now. Once the plugin has been installed, you can then click Activate. You'll then have ClickFunnels in your paging system. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click Settings. We're going to need to put in our account email as well as our authentication token. Now we'll need to go to ClickFunnels to get our authentication token. We can typically find it inside of the account details. What you'll want to do is you'll want to come in to this area and then click Expand. You want to copy that API key that's in there and then head back to your WordPress installation. You want to paste in your authentication token. Then you want to click Save Settings. You should then have your successfully updated plugin settings. So to integrate into your site, you're then going to click Pages. You're then going to click Add New. You can then leave your page as a regular page. You can choose a particular funnel. So in this case, we're going to choose one of the sales pages we created. And what we're going to do here is we're now going to click Save Page, and our page is going to appear inside of our site in our new domain. So what we want to do is we want to write in our own slug here, so that this will be our page once it's all over, and we're going to click Save Page. And then our page will be ready. We can then look to our URL so that we can see ClickFunnels becoming part of our site. And you'll now see that our funnel is now fully integrated into our WordPress site. Now if we ever need to preview the page, we can do that with this button. If we need to edit the page, we can do that in ClickFunnels with this button. And that is how you're going to integrate your pages into your existing WordPress site. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. In conclusion, some final thoughts on working with third-party platforms. Now, in the 3 pages that we created using Warrior Plus, JVZoo, and PayPal, one of the things we talked about was the fact that you're going to have a thank you page. Now, when you use that thank you page, you're not going to have ClickFunnels exercising its technology to send people to the thank you page once they've bought or decided not to buy. You'll be manually placing this link either in the delivery page or in some way to the customer when they first purchase. And so one of the things that you'll want to consider, for example, if we were to take one of these templates, is that when you change the content, you're going to want to account for whether or not your transactional email will reach the buyer in a reasonable period of time. What you can do on these pages is, number 1, give them quick access to your support page. Number 2, you can choose, and you don't have to do it, to give them access to your sign up so they can create their own ID and they'll be able to get it right away. Or you can rely on the system generation when it comes to a login and password. So what's important is that you are going to be testing your system. So this thank you page has a URL, and you're going to place that thank you page inside of both JVZoo or Warrior Plus in the products section or the delivery page. Now, the second thing to consider is when we set up these products here and we set up an autoresponder integration, what we're betting is that when an individual is signed up, they're going to be signed up with their best email. So this is a case where you may want to give the individual the opportunity to sign up for their own email when they're creating their own login and password, because when you're collecting the email on the back end, you are collecting a better email typically than if they are going to just be using their payment email address. So there are these considerations that you'll want to keep in mind when you make decisions about delivery, when you make decisions about the thank you page. You can collect a better email address if you give the individual an opportunity to create their own login and password, as long as you are collecting that email at this integration point in ClickFunnels. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.